Hello everyone, I'm XRXZ87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 18. In the previous video we continued exploring the southern side of the map. We also have reborn ourselves as Raphael by shaving our mutton chops. We're going to explore this church. Kim does not want us to break in directly, he wants us to look around first, so I guess we'll do that. Anything for my buddy? Anything at all, as long as he doesn't ask me to steal things from dead people, or at least things that I want from dead people. Like these boots. Barrel's been discarded, smells of fuel oil. Chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where.
An old door, worn by
Impossible.
elephants, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
Just roll a 12.
The door hasn't been opened in a long while.
Ain't that hard?
See a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She
Well,
said
that's a
it was
straight
for
up
moving ammo and
red
cargo
check, too.
across the bay. This might be it.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna be, Then again, there's a part of it that's like, well, maybe, since we're never gonna get into stat points to make that easier, maybe we should just, like, roll our 1 in 12. Or, I guess it's like a 1 in 11, technically, because you can't roll a 1. Let's see, what's over here? Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Treasure! Treasure! I don't know why it won't let me click on this. As soon as I move my mouse, the thing goes away. There it goes. But you can pick that all the way up from over here? Man, we are getting loaded. For you, a drawbridge can only be lowered from one side. Is it a drawbridge? Okay, we can pass through that. Alright, what do we got here? Must take a lot of patience to do this, whatever this is. What is supposed to be? Some rocks stacked on a post? Trash. Hole. More tribalistic markings. Little humanoids.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is
It
this?
looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Push it.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Alright, Kim, you can go
I
first.
should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
Hey, I guess we could have done that first. Well, one's home away from home just like yours. Do we ever finish our... No, we did not finish our thing. Look at all these minus stats. Bunch of nonsense.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music.
New music?
It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
You see, Kim, this is how you become like an old
I'm
boomer.
actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
They're not delinquents, per se.
I'm sure you will feel right at home.
Hey.
I'll keep watch.
Don't throw shade at me. We're best friends. I got a rave going on in here? Ooh. Sounds like sweat and laundry detergent. A trace of ether. Nasal spray. A speaker. The canister's filled with what appears to be water.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets.
Rock on, brother.
Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
Yeah.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? The young man with the tape.
This is hardcore.
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibber D, Skibber Danger. I am the rearranger.
Oh, he's got
Your
bars.
cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do?
Back to the heavy hardcore! It's hardcore! Skibber D,
Your cop training.
Okay, okay.
we're close. True.
Say nothing, but I mean, is it really?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
Yeah, do that.
The Y to the E to the A 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 to
Okay.
the G to the
Okay,
A
4
to the
A's.
exclamation
No,
mark.
5 A's.
Yeah!
He missed one A.
Okay. You missed an A there, but that's okay. I'm a pretty lenient cop.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
What?
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Say nothing.
Car.
Is it really?
This young man,
The Y. Yeah!
he missed one.
You missed an A there. I yelled mine with 6 A's. You have to yell it with 6 too.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker.
Well,
I am the law.
That's my thing. You can't be the law if I'm the
We're
law.
close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. All car, all right, yeah.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air
We're just vibing,
of
brother.
the stuffy tent.
Hardcore. Ah.
Yeah. So hardcore.
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
God damn it.
We're close. True. Hard. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. All right.
He furrows.
Hardcore.
I'm worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I'd asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question.
God damn it.
We're close. True. Hard. Yeah.
Oh,
This
I hit
young
the
man-
wrong thing.
Yeah.
He missed.
I'm the
They move the damn
Get
text
close.
around. Okay, let's use the
true.
fucking
Hard. Full.
numbers. Oh, doesn't.
Hardcore.
Oh, the numpad doesn't work.
Hardcore to the mega.
Okay, say
internally
nothing.
coherent.
Still say
All
nothing.
core. All right. Yeah.
He
Say
furrows
nothing.
his brow.
Hard. The question is, what?
Just answer the
but there is
question.
no-
God damn it, he got me.
We're
He
close.
fucking got my
True.
ass.
Hard, internally Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
Why is this yakakata?
Yakokata is a hard.
God damn it.
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Car. Hardcore. Internally coherent. All car. All
What are you
Gonna
doing?
Get the people going.
I see.
Yeah. Request. I want.
He's getting my ass. He's too powerful.
Internally coherent. All car. Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
Two on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
He's too good.
Hard, internally coherent. All car.
He furrows his.
Hardcore.
Well, we did these already.
The question is, but there.
Ah,
We're
I'm getting
close.
lost in the sauce.
Hard, internally coherent.
All right, say nothing.
All-car.
What are you
Gotta
doing?
Get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy.
What's a party
Hardcore
boy?
Party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
I think we've done
We're
every
close.
single
True.
thing.
Hard. It's hardcore. Skibber D, Skibber Dane.
Your cop training.
All right, I
You
give
see
up.
a youngish man bleaching the tips of his.
I'm pretty
hair
sure we did
with
every
a
single option there and nothing
toothbrush.
worked.
He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his
His
hand.
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm.
It's
He's
okay.
trying to
We have
protect
our
and
gloves.
inspire
Now, the gloves maybe
confidence.
have random bits of gore on them, so I would wash your hands after you shake our hand, but
This is my posse, Noid,
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
and Egghead.
Egg!
the tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you
We
organized?
have many in the pipeline, officer.
So none. Why are you
You
here?
see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Uh-huh.
Also for talent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah.
Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to say it out loud.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face.
Enough histotronics? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
We wouldn't want that to happen.
Dope heads. Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Okay. I feel like you're laying this on a bit thick. What's so bad about these dope heads and burnouts?
They're spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
I mean, you're basically just going to be squatting there, which is what they're doing.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
What about the causes and tans, though?
Thank you, Egghead.
Does it have bad those too?
So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I mean, I'll look into it.
All right, man.
Help the raver start a nightclub?
Andre's
That's what we're here
obviously
for.
very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Okay, who are the people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Better safe than sorry. Anything more you can tell me?
Yes, there's also the machinery.
This machine
Those
is
robots?
of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
Could it be an entity?
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
So about this entity.
Like, you aren't alone, you know?
Yeah?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
Can crabs do that?
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Ambush behavior. Sounds like a crab man.
Crab man!
Crab man.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
That makes
You
sense.
should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
I mean, I believe in the crab.
The implications of this are too numerous to consider. Proceed with caution. Learn all you can before entering that dark building. There probably is no crab man.
Hey, shut up.
Don't let them
You know
draw
what
you
you're
in
frickin'
with this
talking about.
nonsense.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
Well, hopefully not. How can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can't, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire. Are you saying that we haven't done that?
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
That's a decent percentage.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
Alright.
Sure. What?
You put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
How long have the people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
I don't think that's quite good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Yeah, I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Alright. I mean, may as well be a cool cop. The only bad thing that could happen is we have a heart attack and die.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who are the Ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
What's a meteoron?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo.
Meteo, a country on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
Ah, yeah. Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization.
Cool.
Yes,
What's up with Egghead?
he's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
You ever really talk to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
Okay.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
What's up with this tent?
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
Is distilled.
Oh. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Is sweaty.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent, like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related.
Whoa.
They look and act like the kind
You
of
shouldn't
guys
judge a
who've
book
done
by their
fair
cover.
share.
Now, did we find drugs lying around? Maybe.
However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now.
All
He
right.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Logic. Okay.
As always, we'll be.
We have some stuff that gives logic. I don't know if it'll be enough to pass the 16, but we can look. All right. Our current logic, we're getting some from our glasses. These give encyclopedia. Logic. Minus logic. Okay, I thought we had more stuff that gave logic. I guess I was thinking this was logic, but it's encyclopedia. And we don't have a skill point, right? We haven't loaded up in a little bit. Okay, so we're only getting a +1 there. That's not good enough.
We're close. True. Hard. Foot. It's hardcore. Skibbity.
Your cop training.
All right, one last
close.
try. All right, we're close.
True.
Close.
Hard. It's hardcore. Skibbity. Skibbity.
Your
Click
cop
the wrong
training.
thing.
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally. All core.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah.
Is it though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once
Don't
more.
be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Okay, you said you're worried. What do you think's wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
Turns pensive all of a sudden?
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know?
Yeah?
For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
Is Ultra worse than Hyper?
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's only Ultra Hardcore.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core?
Harder
I know
core?
the answer in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. Thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I just remembered. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh.
Try to think of anything that can make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Ah, shit, our brain's gonna tell us things again.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails
I
me.
know! So does mine!
Do I have to do drugs? Because we won't do drugs.
Yeah!
Ooh, physical instrument. Why are there lungs in your belt buckle? Are there lungs in your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Why would lungs be for love?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocent,
Don't talk to me
her
about
lungs
Dolores.
started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Okay, cool.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
Does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Reversion imperative!
Unless you were thinking Reverchal imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with Eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
I was thinking Reverchal imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that, And a cop too.
I wasn't lying. Tell me something else, Egghead.
Yeah!
Okay, physical is your real name Jermaine?
Dark Code Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Okay.
Alright!
Physical instrument. This will probably give us +4 all stats, right?
Okay, so we now know why you have law jaw. Why you say the law in a weird manner. And why your jaw does that thing. You had polio as a child. You hadn't gotten vaccinated.
Oof.
It must have been right after the revolution. Not a lot of vaccine going around then. So you got infantile paralysis due to polio, and this jaw thing is a complication from that. Admittedly, it's not very funny, but you overcame it. This little infant survived and became a sharp-shooting super cop. So, fuck you, polio.
Okay, when we are a super cop, I don't know if we're sharpshooting. Bro. I like rhetoric. Bro. I mean, this seems kind of neat, at least. That you always pass the passives, at least. So that is, you know, guaranteed flavor text, which is nice. So at least there's some benefit, kind of.
The large-headed youth.
Good morning!
Oh yeah, I forgot to look at my inventory. Physical instrument. That's physical instrument. Wait, where's physical instrument? Okay, nothing's taking it away. Tell me if you see physical instrument. I thought we had something else. I know we have... Yeah, that's only a +1. There is always sipping the sauce.
The large-headed youth.
Good morning! Yeah!
I think I'm just gonna roll a 10.
You know it in your lungs.
Oh,
where the pressure
a
should
12.
vibrate. In your heart that's alone.
I don't know if we
And in
rolled a
your
12
solar
before.
plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
We got an achievement. And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick. So you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
Nowhere. I'm not gonna become some sort of... No. I don't know. I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music.
I don't even really know what that
I'm
is.
just a party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed. He can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
I'll look into it. In a official capacity, is it up to the police to make the beats go harder?
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile.
Bro, we got so
as
much
if
shit to
it
do.
could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Fan 8's jam.
Yeah. Maybe that street hawker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
I have a tape with me, but I don't think it's any kind of jam. Do I have a tape? That's the one that's like a sad song. Or is this the sad song? Yeah, no, that's not hardcore. Not hardcore at all. The opposite of hardcore.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and
It's
parts.
good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Sign.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Saw a stick on the padlock.
A sticker. You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Is this one?
Oh, wow. Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more.
What's this supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
What does it mean? Why is the dead guy
He
smiling?
defeated history.
Whoa.
We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
Stuff that sounds deep if you're, you know, an idiot.
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Yeah, maybe it's a symbol of communism or something.
Yeah, that interpretation holds.
Alright, I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
Well, I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Are the signs alright now?
Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
Stage gamma, that's like one of the worst probably.
You heard me.
What about the machines?
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it.
Because we're a
It
ghost
should
cop.
definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
So do you think it's real that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
Yeah?
Psionic powers, pale-related
Ooh.
diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called
The
Noid?
hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Okay. I mean, we are the law, so I understand.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
So we need some sign matching.
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay, okay. Goodbye, friendos. Alright, Kim, while you were partying, we've learned there's a crab man, and he may be the murderer. It's
A
possible.
shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption.
I do
in
kind of
her
wonder what
hand.
Kim's gonna
Hearing
think
you approach,
when we
she
start
looks
talking
up.
about the crab man.
Oh, hello there.
I mean, probably, I mean, you know, it's nothing worse than what we've already said, right?
She must be Estelle, the last of the speed freaks, Posse. It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Where's your hat?
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
You should have a hat.
So should you.
I do. I have one.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you're planning on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
Okay, I'm just looking out for your well-being.
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law.
Pretty low chance.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh, we were actually really close too. Fuck the hat. Is that what you said to me? I can't believe you told me to fuck the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out.
No.
Maybe add more indignation.
So I should just take this hat I'm wearing and fuck it, right? Point at your head where the hat is located. Engage in sexual intercourse with the hat right here in front of you because you told me to on the sea of ice.
More.
Right here on the sea ice.
More.
Puff your cheeks as if you can't breathe from the sheer indignity of the
I
affront.
didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The lieutenant is watching the scene
I'm sorry.
unfold before his eyes.
No, please don't jump.
Unsure how to react.
I didn't realize it was gonna be that big a deal, man. Start jumping up and down on the sea ice, gesturing towards it with both hands that say this is where it's supposed to take place.
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying.
Start crying.
Life. The young woman has kept her eyes trained
Oh,
on
no.
the wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then, the sound of sobbing.
You know, sometimes you just have a mental breakdown every few days.
Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40. His face bloated.
Well, we
from
hadn't had alcohol in a long
and
time.
God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
We haven't needed it since we defeated racism.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
Anyway, I can't believe you would use obscenities like that in front of a police officer, and you should wear a hat too.
I swear to God, I will always wear a hat from now on.
Alright, can I ask you some questions?
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps though. Get it out your system, and then maybe we can talk, okay? I'll be here.
Alright. Sorry. I don't want to talk about it, Kim. I don't want to talk about it. Having looked later in the final phase of your little episode, the lieutenant now addresses you.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
I just thought I'd roll high. That's probably a good idea.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
I thought I'd roll higher.
'Tis possible thou couldst persuade the lieutenant 'twas all a part of thy unorthodox method. But can thou persuade thyself?
100%.
Believeth in thyself, my liege. 'Twas all a clever ruse.
It was all a ruse.
Yes, a clever ruse, I see.
You don't, but you will.
Even so, in the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
Weakness is strength.
Not when projecting strength. Then it's just weakness.
Sounds like macho bullshit to me.
That may be so, but such is Revachol, and this is what is expected of us in Revachol.
You get the feeling you're being handled with kid gloves because your cheeks are still soaking wet.
Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Absolutely. Superstars always get back up and try again.
Then let's go.
No, we got a boring cop play. Well, let's play's fucking over, man. I'm done. I can't play the game anymore. It's decided we're boring. What the hell? How do we get a boring cop point? I am anything but boring. I actually, I don't know what to do with this. Bro, there's too much shit to do. Especially since there's like maybe a time limit. Alright, well, fine. But I want to talk about the crab person. You cool? Can we talk again?
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
I just thought I'd roll higher.
There is a hint of pity in her eyes.
Y'all guys are freaking out.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. And she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her. A coarseness.
Kind of rude. What about the crab man?
Oh, that. You're not gonna believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurting out crab man than the others.
Well, go ahead, tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there.
Was she a crab woman?
Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me, right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
What type of exoskeleton did he have?
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
What did he look like? Come on.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
Okay, we're dealing with a gangster crab.
Why?
I mean, it seems a little too ludicrous for a lie.
I guess so. Anyway, what else?
So, what's that device?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
The wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
What does the ice say?
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
What am I supposed to do with this?
No idea.
Where'd you get the mic?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Oh yeah, we're trying to make his music not suck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah, guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
Okay. Nor do I, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player in a completely trashed hostel room.
That's cool.
Let's talk about the contact mic.
Sure.
How's the thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Okay.
Okay.
What? It's cold.
Recording, I guess.
What are you recording?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
What are these recordings for?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The synth is inside you at all times. You just gotta bring it out, girly. Know what I mean?
She looks at the recording device, the thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish, very useless all of a sudden.
Take this, your call.
Lieutenant begins to take off. Hey, I've got a okay, maybe not. Just don't give her the shit jacket.
No, man, fuck that. I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Yeah, maybe you were right about the hat.
I'm not giving her my hat. So, you said it's supposed to be a music place. Do you mean the one Andre's got planned? The church?
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not going to be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
So why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
And we were just in there.
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff. Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
Why not leave some of it outside so you don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
Man, I would like to give you a different hat, but not my frog hat. It's froggiest.
Go ahead.
Empathy legendary. Okay, I think we have stuff that gives empathy.
Okay.
Give me a second. Okay, empathy, empathy, empathy. We have nothing that's giving us empathy right now. I'm like 90% sure we have something that gives empathy. There we go. Also put my bow knot back on.
The shaggy head girl.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
I'll help, all right.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
What's up with your associates?
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
What do you mean? You must know something about them.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Okay, based.
To the cops.
What about you? Tell me something about yourself.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Okay.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but
Can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands. Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices for the sake of progress. It's all very distressing.
So, the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers is the slow pace of social progress.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little more reasonable, is all.
Okay. So you're not that upset, it sounds like.
I'm highly distressed.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
That doesn't sound like us.
Perhaps.
I'm positive. Now I had some questions for you.
Go ahead.
Tell me more about this music place.
It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah,
As a mean wind comes bellowing in, the 6-story structure lets out a doleful shriek. What's that dance music?
you know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Okay.
Synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like. If it ever comes.
Alright, got another
Go
question.
ahead.
Alright, so here's what we'll do. We'll take our empathy, and we may put... I don't know if we'll put another point in empathy later on, but... we'll try the skill check first.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
Try it again. Oh, we have to back out maybe?
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable,
Oh, no. I'm not that
political
reasonable.
opinions somewhere in Martinez.
I'm a real radical.
Of course, a radical
shit.
centrist. In these bright and loud times where 1,000 frequencies drown one another out, sober thinking is a radical act. It's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience.
No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions.
That's a pity. Real democracy was just around the corner for Revachol. All the leading citizens are waiting there, without you.
I'll be a square in
Hello
real
again.
life, not in, here.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
Sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable, at your age or at any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It is easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
Not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark.
I know. I'll stick to it.
There is little you can do to help her now. But given the chance, you feel like you should. There is something about her. A weightiness.
So, thanks, I guess, for the psych session. I guess that means we're even?
She means your little talk before, after your breakdown. It's all right, she means to say. You returned the favor.
I told you it wasn't a breakdown. It was like all part of our master plan to endear ourselves to the youth. Anything over here? I know we can't go up that way. Well, I suppose we will, I think we'll just go ahead and call it here before we go fight the crab man. The man who's a crab. Kind of an interesting session today. Just talked to like 4 people. Just kind of feel like it's the video we got the least done in any of them, but I enjoyed those conversations a lot. There is a part of me that's like, oh god, I'm not gonna fucking solve the case in time, but we're having fun and that's all that matters, right? Right, Kim? Right, buddy? Okay. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.